Hi, everybody. Uh, just checking, making sure everyone can hear okay. Alpha Dad, how you doing? Randy, Britt, Franisek, and Klaus. How's it going? Okay. Today, what I'd like to talk about is what I refer to as the ultra affordables, and by ultra affordables, I mean, it's a relative term. I realize that if you're a billionaire, $1 million watch is an ultra affordable, but assuming otherwise, we'll take another view of that. Hey, Ruthet, Chin Wan, how are you, man? Seth Morley, Jeffrey Foreman, how are you? Mike. Okay. Uh, Carlos SS. Or is that Carlos? Mohammed, how are you, man? Kess? Um, so here's what I've been doing. I'll tell you part of the story. Okay. Um, a while back, I I there was a watch I really liked a lot, and I found. Hey, Alexander, and Uh, I negotiated a deal with the seller, and I got what I thought was a great buy. And I think it was a watch that he didn't think was going to be doing too well. Uh, so we came to a deal, and I said, "Okay, here's my credit card." And he says, "I don't take credit cards." So, oh boy. So I said, okay, well, it'll be a while. I got to save up some money for this. And driving home, I hit a curb after I got run off the road. It was either hit the car or the curb, and I picked the curb. And I ended up paying $1,000 for a new wheel and a tire. And now that didn't kill me, but it certainly set back my savings. But I had to save up. So anyway, so I've been saving for it. But in the meantime, you say, "Oh boy, I wish I could, get this watch or that watch." And one of the ones I picked up, I've told you about, and that's this. I decided I needed a regulator, and I found this Chinese one, and I can tell you, what is it? What's it worth? What are you bothering with that for? Well, to me, the horological value of it is that I don't have a regulator. I don't have $40,000 for a Lorient Ferrier one, or the one that Patek Philippe came out with. There's some other ones. There's some Chronoswift and some other ones that are more affordable. But this one was like $200, and so this was like ultra affordable, and it's the kind of watches that I'm talking about. Also, too, a little later, I'm going to have instead of an unboxing, I'm going to have an unsleeving of another one I found that has a lot of interesting horological values for a very inexpensive one. Now, like I said, the ultra affordable is a relative term, and what I so I've got to set up some amount. Okay, so I just said, okay, anything $300 or less is ultra affordable. And what I wanted to talk to you guys about is, okay, what are some things that what are some watches that have really good price, well priced, and that are below $300. I have some that are a little more, that sort of somewhere near that category. This is a Maurice Lacroix masterpiece, and on the used market, I forgot what the person wanted, but I offered him, I lowballed on it, and the guy went for it. So it didn't cost me that much. And the interesting thing horologically about it was the Jacquet 736 movement. Okay, so there was something about it that was pretty cool, and I didn't have to spend a lot of money. I like my regulator because it is a regulator. It's got Seagull regulator movement in it, but it's not 40,000 bucks. Okay. So, all right. So let's talk about this. Let's see who else haven't I welcomed. Let's see, Alexander. How you doing, man? Alpha Dad, Zeus, Julius. How are you from Finland? How are things in Finland? I was in Finland a couple years ago. I love the place. Really cool place. Deacon, Britt, Sergio from Mexico. Uh, Ricky, hi, how you doing, man? Mark, Haja, and Crappy. How's it going, Crappy? Now, Crappy, you're going to be getting into mechanical watches and start getting some good ones. Hey, Doctor A and B. All right. So what does it take to make something inexpensive? I mean, like very inexpensive and horologically interesting. Now, I've given you one thing, a dial with something different about it. And of course, there's the do-it-yourself, the homemade ones that we can cobble together for about $100. I'm not going to count those, but where and what do we look for? And this, let me add one more caveat to this, and you're not going to like this because I don't like it either, because I could find some stuff, and we're not talking vintage. We're talking about, okay, we're going to go out, we're going to find an ultra affordable, under $300, okay, and see what we can come up with. Hey, MP, Saxony, hey, Saxony, I got my Saxony watch. My see, what's it called now? Langenhain is that they don't have made in Germany, they have made in Saxony on them. Okay, so let's talk about this. What, Alexander, you got something? Seagull ST19 chronographs are also high value for the money. The movement is some kind of in-house and has an interesting history. Okay, Alexander, I think you bring up a point, whether you meant to or not. I think there are going to be some fabulous, really great ideas from China, not only from the ones that are sort of like versions of something from Switzerland, but rather some different ideas we haven't thought of. One place that I like to look for is at I always forget the letters. They have some acronym, but there was an organization of independent watchmakers that FP Journe and some other guys started a number of years ago. And most of the greats are part of it. Kerry Vouten, and FP Journe, all of these guys who are important independent watchmakers are a part of it. And we have some younger ones coming up. I think that one guy we had talked about was David Candu, and he was just gone from sort of on probation to being admitted. And I tell you, another guy I think is going to be coming up, and he's got some. The reason I'm bringing this up is that for handmade watches with their own movements, we can find some guys now who have some pretty good deals before they became well known. Okay, let's see. What do you got here? Hi, Aunt. Julius, John. Hey, John. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's see. Is it bad manners in Finland to watch a YouTube show in the sauna? Come on. Now, where are you from, Forbin? Okay, it's a recession's time. Stay away from anything affordable in case you wish to have resale value. Come on, man. I don't buy into that at all. I mean, if you have something that's ultra affordable, that means you're not spending a lot of money, right? And so if you go into a recession, it's not good for any of us. And if what I'm more concerned about rather than my watches is my what is it called? My bank account more than that. Okay, SNA 411. It's quartz. No quartz. Chinwan, no quartz. This is all mechanical. Bjorn, what do you guys think about Borealis watches? Most of them can be had for about 300 bucks. Tell us about Borealis, Bjorn. um, boy, that name Borealis is obviously a name bell ringing one. Hey, Bubba, independent is usually expensive. Yeah, but I don't, Bubba. Yeah, there's something about that, but this is why. I mean, when somebody's getting started in something, it's not so bad. Borealis is made in Hangzhou. Really? Okay, that's cool. About 200 bucks. Okay. Now these are mechanical watches, right? Stuart, how you doing, man? Love the value, 77.50, sometimes found for less than 300 bucks. Yeah, this is one of the things. If you know the movements inside, you know it's a good movement. Another one that's pretty good is the Pazoo 7001, which has been now as the ETA 7001. Um, why do people like Rolex so much? Come on, John. Rolex isn't ultra affordable. Okay, let's talk about these fan check. I think jump hour complication can be had. That's a good one. That's exactly the kind of thing that's interesting. Is that a jump hour or jumping second or something like that in a mechanical watch? Now, jumping seconds are in just about all of the um, quartz watches, but not so much in the others. Hey, Sherry, how's it going? Borealis is a company out of Portugal.
Okay. I found this on the web for How's It Going Borealis is a company out of. Check it out.
Hey, Siri, my Siri was listening to me. Hey, Siri, go home. There. He found out about Borealis. Okay, company out of Portugal. All right. Well, not Hang Chow. SWAT System 51. Yeah, but a System 51, Roth, I think that's doesn't come under ultra affordable. I mean, it's not under $300, is it? Maybe so. Okay, what is the difference between a quartz and a mechanical watch? One is dependent on the power of a hairspring, John, and that's in the all of the complications. Not a hairspring. Well, yeah, a hairspring and a mainspring. Now, if you're talking about the spring drive from Seiko, I think Grand Seiko, something else. So we're going to set those aside for now. I'm not saying anything is wrong with them, but for crying out loud, we got to focus on something, right? Okay. All right. Let's see. So, what do you guys, as a pretentious, watch my hair? Yes. Could you dissect the Chinese movement to report on parts and quality control? An ETA Chinese copy cat is 40 bucks. Um, Now, I think you may have asked me about that before. And the problem with us pretentious watchmakers, we're very good at taking them apart. Whether we can get them back together again is another matter. Putting a watch back together again is really challenging. I've done it before, but it's not easy. Um, okay, Cass, let's see. What's Forbin? What is Forbin saying? Okay, hey, watch and pray. Why did you get rid of your VC? My VC? I didn't get rid of my VC. I've got three of them, and I got rid of my overseas simply because I wanted to get a gift, a watch for my wife. That's all. Hey, Eric, how's it going, man? Sergio, how about a new Seiko 5 line? Summon the prospect. Sergio, I think that you hit the you hit the jackpot. You can get a new Seiko 5 for not only under 300, you can get one for under 100. You can I've seen them on at Joma shop for about 60 $70. Long Island watch, you can You can find them there. Now, what is interesting horologically about a Seiko 5? Well, first of all, they had the first Diaflex, which is their unmakeable mainspring. Second, they have another thing called a Diashock shock resistant design. They got 3-bar water resistance. They have a day and date display in a single window and an automatic movement. Now, this is a watch. This is the interesting thing to me about Seiko 5s. It's a watch that came out in 1963 that they still make today. I mean, and again, it's a mechanical watch. Okay, so what's going on? Jumping hours and seconds. What about Chinese Red Star for about 200 euros with Seagull movement? Okay, yeah, MP, you can get those, but the question is, why? I mean, what is it horologically interesting about them? Do they have like one with jumping hours? I think it'd be cool. You know what would be really cool if this, oh, you know that Star, what is it called? Audemars Piguet started it, but there's some other companies that have them. And Gorilla has one. They're called a Star something, and the time on it goes around this these discs that they have. Okay, Ant. Hey, Ant, how you doing, man? Joma Shop has Hamilton's Kaki ETA automatics for as low as $295. Okay, well, Crappy, what is it about the Hamilton ETA automatics that's cool? Now, I like them. I mean, as a field watch, they're very cool. But what can you say about them horologically? Hey, Tim, what do you think of the JLC Polaris? Come on, man, we're talking about ultra affordables. I like the Polaris, okay. However, they're not ultra affordable. I mean, they're a few $1,000 for those things. Hey, flipping Zippo. John, how's it going, man? How's Ireland? How's everything over there? Keeping it green, huh? um, Joseph suggests men's watch hand wind tourbillon. Whoa, now 469. Now that's unfortunately that goes over a $300 limit. But you can, if you have to have a tourbillon, that would be, I think, the way to go. And then if you want to get a real expensive one later on, you can, if you really like it that much. What's a bolt watch? Good question, John. I don't know either. What is a bolt watch? Dr. A and B, vintage Japanese watches. Dr. A and B, now this was one of the criteria we had for today, is we're not going to deal with vintage watches, okay? It's a good idea. It's a great idea. But just for today, we're talking about, you can go down the store, or you can go online and pick up one for under $300. Okay. Oh no, John, your cat died. Sorry about that. Tim, Timex on Amazon. What is it about Timex? I used to buy Timexes all the time back in the old pre-quartz days, and they were great watches, and then they died. But what is it about it that would be horologically interesting? Tim, Ant, Grand Seiko interesting. Grand Seikos are not under $300. Okay. Hey, Rich Buddy, how's it going? Doxa created the first helium escape valve dive watch. Yeah, and I love Doxas, especially orange ones, but they're not. They don't come under this ultra affordable. In other words, what I was thinking of in the ultra affordable is that you're saving up for a higher price watch, and you just got to get something new just to have it because you're a watch collector. And none of us have a brain in our head, otherwise we wouldn't be paying what we pay for watches. But we enjoy them, so it's worth it to us. Okay, however, when we're saving up for one, we can't go out and buy things that are expensive. Otherwise, we'll never be able to save up for the one we want. Okay, what else do you guys have? What's Bolt watch? I was looking at watches and found one for $230. John, is Bolt the brand name of it? Cass, let's see. I recently picked up a China-made Michael Hill tourbillon for New Zealand 175 second hand. It's about $90. Wow. Kess, that sounds like a great deal. That's exactly the kind of thing we're looking for. Steinhardt, Dr. A and B, even Steinhardt's, you're going to have a hard time finding a Steinhardt under $300. I like Steinhardt because they're honest. Buy a Steinhardt, you know what you're getting. Um, Gucci, I don't even know if they have anything in a Gucci other than, they have a lot of quartz ones and stuff like that, but I don't think, well, wait, there is one, but it's not cheap, that I think that they recently came up with something. I think a Russian brand has a watch with mechanical alarm. Yes, and I bought it, and it cost me $35 on eBay. Poljot, I think, is a Poljot with an alarm. Great watch. My hearing is so bad that I'd have to have a chime like Big Ben to hear the thing, and so. But I got one, $35. So now I have an alarm, and I keep it in there with my sort of the kinds of things. That's a really good one. Hey Vlad, how you doing, man? Um, when it existed, made a watch with a winder in the back. Okay. Carlos SS, a Vostok diver. I love that. They have the little frogman on those. Those are cool watches. Yeah, I forgot there's a whole group of Russian watches that are very good prices, and you can find a lot of different kinds on there. Um, hey, Joseph, Ingersoll. Ingersoll is really interesting. Ingersoll is used to be an American company, but if you follow them up, you find out that they're headquartered in England, but they're owned by a Chinese company. So I think the Ingersoll isn't what they used to be. God knows what's in them, but they're more of a name than anything else. Sherry, Time Factors has a lot of models with historical backgrounds for affordable prices. Okay, we'll take a little check out Time Factors. Now, when we're not talking about affordable, we're talking about super affordables. Tennessee, let's see, Orient Bambino, small seconds, 190.79. Yeah, that's a cool watch. Bambino's has a certain following. I once ran into a discussion blog full of Orient Bambino fans, and they love the things. Um, okay, bolt watches are military watches. Okay, John, thank you. They are made for when people are in battle and want want time. Okay. Time in battle is crucial. That's how they oftentimes they win and lose. Okay, well, let me have an unsleeving now. Hey, Truth Fears Gilby, how you doing, man? And Jury, how you doing? Okay, here it is. This is my I forgot what it was. It was like $50 or something. I think it was 97 and they were having a sale, and then I got a coupon. At the time I got finished with this is about $50, $60. This is a Seiko 5. I've been talking about getting one for a long time, and they're it's a great watch for. Let me see if I can show you that. Is that the right side up? Some interesting things about it is that this one thing they got this little crown, 4 o'clock sort of hides it. You cannot wind this watch. It's only it has the same um, automatic movement that it had when it first started out. It is clear as a bell. It's not the biggest watch. I think it's like 38. This one is, I think it's 38 millimeters. It's not that big, but it's clear. It's very easy to read. Now they have different ones. There were two of them I was looking at. One was in olive green, and the other was sort of this desert look, which I happen to like. I used to live in the desert, and so I thought this was sort of a deserty kind of look. So this is my Seiko 5. It's got it had again from 1963. It hasn't changed that much, but it's not vintage. They still make them. All right, and this was a brand new one from like I yeah, Long Island Watches. Okay. All right. Hope 3D technology made it easy to make any watch. Okay. That is coming along. That's a very good point. Hey, Apar, the question is, will they make them really cool ones, like back in the old days? Let's see, Mike. Hi, Mike. Invicta Pro Diver at 47 millimeters will be a conversation starter. Okay. Hi, Milton. Sherry, it has the 7S26. You're right, Sherry. That's exactly what this guy has. Dash C. Um, Flippin' Zippo Seiko 5, the wristwatch cherry popper. What did you call it that for? Hey, Francis, Strela Space Chronograph is affordable. Has to imagine that Alexei what uh Linoff actually believed it wouldn't break down. Maybe not. What Vlad Harwood watches wound and set by bezel. How cool. That's really interesting. Abdul, I am thinking about getting a one-hander watch just for the fun of it. Yeah, that can be fun. Joseph, those are numbers that I don't know. Bob Roth, there's a watch called Bob Roth. Okay. Show the big watch. What big watch? Jura's online. You could do some really cool dials with 3D printing. Ooh, yeah. That's for those of us who are involved in pretentious watchmakers. Yes. Right now I got two dials, both of which I mean not dials but movements, two movements that are regulators. I got sort of on a tear wanting regulators, so I ended up with two movements in addition to my the one that's already put together. And now I've got to get cases and everything else for it. Okay, I'm thinking of a Casio G-Shock. G-Shock. Those is a quartz. Flip and Zippo because it's a great first watch. Okay, the really cool experience one you showed me. John, doggone it, I'm not sure which one you mean. This one right here, the bigger one, this is the regulator. It's called by a company named Perpetual. Let me see if I can get this thing so you can see it. This thing is it's really hard in the light. Um, this was the other one, but this one doesn't come under super affordable, but very affordable. I'll put it that way. Swatch System 51. You know, Swatch System 51, the reason for that is you can't open them up. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it's they're sort of like my old Timex. They just, you use the thing until it breaks and you throw it away. You don't try to get it fixed. And then I don't know why. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Okay, Tennessee, I bought a Tissot Powermatic 80 for 295 chronometer. I tell you, Tissot's got some watches I really like. They came out with one that was called the Anti-Magnetic Heritage, and of course, it wasn't anti-magnetic, but it was everything else. And that thing originally, and it had a ETA 6498 in it, but it wasn't anti-magnetic. What I would like to find is, and so they took anti-magnetic off the name of it. I would love to find if they made a few. It's sort of like those postage stamps with the airplane flying upside down. I would like to find it to sew with that movement. Okay, let's see. It has a history behind it. Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but Tissot and Omega were they were two brands, and they came together. I think they made some kind of pact, and the Omega was going to be the high end, and Tissot was going to be the more affordable. Anyway, okay, Vlad. See, I had a watch many years ago, made in the '70s. Rotating the bezel, they're set up a time and reference cities of the world around the bezel. Unfortunately, I do not remember the name of the company. Yeah, that sounds like a world timer to me. By the way, now this thing sets the day and the day of the week and the date, and the way you do it, you pull it out to the first stop, and you turn the date one way, and then you turn it the other way for the day of the week. It's really easy to set, a lot of fun. Okay, you can buy Seikos for under $100. Yeah, well, this is a Seiko that was well under $100. But this one has a history to it. Okay, they last 10 to 20 years solid. Okay. Flip and zip. I just picked up three mega shirts and a beanie. You got a beanie. I'm impressed. Okay. Listen, it's 4 o'clock. I gotta go. Like I said, I'm under a half hour thing. Anyway, great chatting with you. Tomorrow there we have a review, a collection review. I told you about the last one was really fantastic. This one you're gonna like too because it has such an interesting range and watches and things about them that I didn't know about. And so I think you're gonna like tomorrow's review. But I gotta run now and thank you all for coming. It was wonderful having you.